Hello everybody and welcome back to the Vortex closed qualifiers. We've seen 3 top quality matches so far this evening and the casting lineup has changed as we move down to the lower bracket to watch Veteranos versus Dutchies eSports, and I'm joined for this match by Broken, who's already casted 1 match today. This is my first this evening, so how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, as you've mentioned before, I had like the first game, which was a clean sweep. I'm hoping we'll see a more interesting match right now. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
And so Veteranos eSports and Dutchies eSports are in the lower bracket 3rd round. They've come through 1 round on the part of Veteranos eSports and 2 rounds on the part of Dutchies eSports to get this far after going out in the 1st round of the winners bracket. And the winner of this series will take on Blizzard Wizards in the 4th round of the lower bracket. A bit of a surprise package so far in these Vortex closed qualifiers to get as far as they have done. So for these 2 teams, if they've seen that fixture ahead of them, they may well feel like they have a path to the final round of the lower bracket already. So the stakes are high heading into this series.
Yeah, absolutely. Like they are at a point where you can see where you could say they're like half through. Like, yeah, if they win this, it's still 2 more games, but they already won at least 2 games by then. So I really don't know what will happen. For Dutchies, I can actually say that they clapped us yesterday in the open qualifiers. So
and for really both of these teams, it's a bit of a long slog, these Vortex closed qualifiers. It's a lot of rounds to get through, especially when you go down to the lower bracket early. So fatigue might be playing a part for both of these teams in this round, do you think?
Yeah, I do believe so. And next to fatigue, we also have like not being scared, but the pressure is on, because if you lose that series, you're completely out, and basically all the hard time that you put today is worthless. So.
Yes, only 6 teams coming out of these Vortex closed qualifiers of the 32 that started it will move into the ECC's top division next season. The rest to be relegated to Champions Conference and possibly lower. So the pressure is on and everybody seems to be present in the lobby. So I think we're really looking forward to seeing how the lower bracket will unfold. It's win or go home time now for all of the teams that we're going to see from this point onwards in the stream.
Yeah, and there we go. Players are joining in. Ready to go. So, what do you believe? Any predictions? Also predictions in the chat.
Well, I'll have to provide complete honesty ahead of this series and just say that I've never seen any of these 6 players play before, so I'm just hoping to see high quality Rocket League. Of course, they've come this far in the lower bracket, so I might give it to Dutchies eSports just because they played the 1 extra series in the lower qualifiers so far, and I think that having those extra few games under their belts might just give them a little bit of momentum heading into this series.
Yeah, it certainly does. For me, it would also be a coin flip, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah. So as for Dutchies, Temporary passing to Flasrex, who's pushing upfield. Noxipu a bit too far away. Now Temporary has the patience and takes his ball to the opponent's corner. However, Timo was there waiting, pretty much back and forth in the first minute of this game.
Timo flicks towards the far post, but they can't get the contact on it they were hoping for from screen, so Tampuri will be up to clear this one. Nicely aerialed over the top, and it's a pretty open net there at the back for Dutchies, and they will score the first goal of this game 1. Just over a minute in, Tampuri with 228 points in the early going. They've had a hot start to the series.
And there was that crucial 50 back in their own corner to get that beaten fast past the first opponent, and then with a long shot into the open net. It's easy as that sometimes.
Now Byrachi over the top to try and produce a quick response for Veteranos. From the back left corner, Tampuri will go for the clear, maybe to add to their goals total in the early going of this series. Cleared over to the opposite wing. Fluzrex, big 50 there, won by Byrachi. Timo will follow up on this. It will come off the ceiling. Noxipu has a bit of a hard time dealing with that one, but Dutchies eSports will clear their lines, and I was expecting the offense to really kick in the next 30 seconds or so after the first goal, but it's been quite a timid start for both of these teams.
Well, as you've mentioned that, Flasrex had a great opportunity after he beat the first opponent, but even with that goal, game's still really open. I wouldn't say like one team is dominating the other one. Now Noxipoo trying to create a chance, goes high, but none of his mates are ready for that pass. Plus Rex on the ball, fakes one, tries to keep the pressure going. Gives Tempuri the ball, however Scream is aware of that. And it's a 50 in the net, and basically that's the whole game for me so far.
We are almost at the halfway point of this game one. The lone goal from Dutchies eSports and Tempuri is still the sole marker in this game. They're looking to build upon that lead now as they push the ball into the offensive third. Timo gets it clear, looking up top for Byrachu on the follow-up crossover. They keep going into the offensive third, but that's a nice clear over the top by Fluzrex, but they've missed on the follow-up touch. Pressure is beginning to tell on Dutchies eSports now as Veteranos have had a little bit more possession in the right half of the pitch.
I've seen these infield passes more and more. Right there we had Noxipoo looking for his mate in the infield. Now Scream with the chance, tries to flick it past Fluzrex, but he is like a rock in the net. Now the counter opportunity for Dutchies, however denied by Timo. He goes for a delayed flip off the back wall. Now maybe the shot opportunity for Byrachu, but Tempuri still in net. Has the time to get control of the ball, and it's been tough for both teams to score, so that one goal might be decisive in the end.
Yeah, there haven't been many shots on target for either team so far in this game. The shots are 4-2 in favour of Veteranos, but there is a fifth, and it is a goal as a result, and it's Byrachu to tie the game up for Veteranos at a pivotal moment of this game one. There is still plenty of time left on the clock, but they might just be given some more confidence there.
And it was Tempuri on the back wall who wasn't able to clear that ball away from his own corner, so that mistake got immediately punished, and we have an open game right now.
Off the attacking corner, Tempuri goes up for this one. It banks back into the danger area. Fluzrex's turn to take over for Dutchies. Decent pass into the middle. Noxipoo will follow up for it, and it's right in front of the net, and Tempuri arrives on the scene, bumping their teammate into the ball to restore the advantage for Dutchies.
Yeah, and this had to go in. Fluzrex also there making sure. But Tempuri who gets the goal. And there was a small miscommunication, I believe, because it was Veteranos who weren't sure who to go for that ball.
So now Veteranos will have to come from behind again in this game, going behind 2-1, and the time is beginning to tick down now as we approach the final minute of this game. Tempuri looking to make it 3-1, and Fluzrex is there. Huge save by Scream along the goal line. There wasn't much of an opportunity to react for that one. Noxipoo trying to drag the ball over the top. Byrachu makes the clear. Fluzrex will get it back on the left wing with exactly 1 minute to go. Banks it off the ceiling, and Scream will step up to clear for Veteranos. They're quite fortunate, I think, to not be 3-1 down at the moment.
Yeah, and Scream with that save stepped up for his team, and it was so important to keep them alive right here. However, Dutchies are still pressuring, trying to close out this game. Right now, Noxipoo just trying to create some chance for his mates, and Tempuri also committing to that ball. Maybe now the getaway chance for Veteranos. Infield pass to Timo, but couldn't get it past Fluzrex. And with 20 seconds, it gets even tougher for now.
And they'll have to kickstart the counter-attack from their own end. It's Byrachu looking for Scream. Now Timo is the last player into the play. They try to bank it off the attacking corner. Byrachu steps up in midfield but loses that challenge to Noxipoo. And Veteranos have it all to do from their own defensive half. Last couple of seconds will tick off the clock. It's a huge block by Fluzrex, and that is going to do it for Dutchies eSports. They take a narrow 2-1 victory here in Game 1.
And it was a close game, mainly because both teams still have to see what they're capable of, and maybe also see what the opponents are capable of. And so far, every goal resulted in the enemy's mistake, which got immediately punished. So I'm excited how it goes. To me, we still have no clear favorite on that series.
Huge performance from Tempuri in this game, scoring both of the goals for Dutchies eSports, and the 523 points that they scored in the game is a standout total among the 6 players in the lobby. The Veteranos, I think that they were a little too much Route 1 going on. Whenever they got the ball in the defensive third, they were launching it forwards looking for the long passing plays, and the Dutchies eSports defence was very strong. They made the interceptions to get the ball going the other way when they needed to, and they did have the better chances to score in that game, even though the shots on target were pretty close.
Yeah, Dutchies were just a bit more patient. They saw the opportunities and just took them. So as long as we're... Oh, there we go, we're joining. And yeah, I'm hoping to see Veteranos stepping up for this game a bit more, to have these infield passes, to be more confident with yourself and go for some more mechanic plays, but we'll see how that turns out.
Well, the coach for Veteranos is spectating in this lobby, so it'll be interesting if they've provided any advice that may change the tactical setup for Veteranos ahead of this game 2 of the series. You don't want to be going 2-0 down in a lower bracket best of 5. It will be very, very tough to come back from that kind of deficit. So the onus is on them to try and produce some more offense in this game, and they did get a good start from the kickoff. It will fall for Scream, but a bit of a double commit there from Veteranos. The nerves are clearly still there for them.
Yeah, Scream and Timo, I believe, were double committing that early into the game, whereas the communication should be clear as long as it's still in the beginning and the score is still 0-0. So Scream gets it past Vortex, follows it up, couldn't get the 50. However, Timo should be aware and pass it to the left side. Now Barrett gets it past the first one. Gets it past the second one, now the chance, but Scream a bit too slow, and Noxipu was there to interfere, as so often it happened in this series before.
Scream now to try and kickstart another attack for Veteranos. Dinks the ball over the top of one defender, but again sends it a little too far away for their teammates to chase down. Scream to try and start another counter-attack. There's a demo in midfield from Byrachu, and they're chasing down the second player as well. Real room has opened up now for Scream, but they have no boost to work with. Noxipu will step into the play to make the clear. Signs of more positive attacking from Veteranos, but still don't have the finishing product. Timo misses on the follow-up. Scream to take over as they look for the first goal of this game. Noxipu banks it into the wall, gets a second touch as well. Very creative. 2 players into the play again for Veteranos, but they barrel the ball towards the middle. Fluzrex steps up to make the clear, and Tampuri should send this one away.
Yeah, and I really like that double demo from Barrett, trying to create chaos on the field. Unfortunately, his mate didn't have enough boost to create a better chance. Maybe Scream now passing it to Timo, keeps it alive on the opponent's back wall. Tampuri, however, is very well aware of that and gets it to the first clear. Now Fluzrex wasn't fast enough, but Tampuri was there to back him off and sends it to the opponent's corner. Still chasing the ball down, but Barrett once again creating very much time with the across the field air dribble, and the ball pretty much dead in the midfield right now.
Veteranos outshooting Dutchies eSports 3-0 as we approach the halfway point of game 2. I think the players still looked a little bit shaky at times, but they're making it work for the time being. This might be a chance for Dutchies as Noxipu gets it off the backboard. Plenty of room for Tampuri to shoot towards the bottom left corner and stopped by Timo. Scream now dangles their way past one defender. Now a passing play as the crossover very nearly came off there for Dutchies eSports. The final player was Fluzrex, but they couldn't get themselves onto the end of it. Timo clears as far as the halfway line. Tampuri, scorer of the goals for both Dutchies eSports players so far in this series. Not on the board yet in this one. Fluzrex to try and flick past one defender. As Dutchies eSports are beginning to grow into this game too, they need a goal pretty soonish, I think, Veteranos, if they are to get themselves back into this series. Dutchies eSports look like they're edging closer and closer to being the team that takes this game.
And as you said, that Scream just had a great opportunity. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to find that double tap. But you've mentioned this, Dutchies are the more visible team on the field right now. However, I said that Barrett has an open net, which I believe he missed. There was no save. But what I was going to say is that Dutchies are having these infield passes. They're finding each other more efficiently, and because of that, it gets really dangerous when Veteranos aren't there to interrupt them.
And yet, there are still no goals on the board in this game too. Another low-scoring affair similar to the opener. For now, Veteranos are well in this series, but as soon as they concede that first goal, the closer we get to the end of regulation, the more pressure is going to build on them to try and find the offense for themselves. Timo now from the left wing. Noxipu takes it away. Byrachu's going to send that towards the net, and there's nobody back on the goal line. It's a 1-0 game now for Veteranos in the final minute.
Go, and I believe it was a physical play. Yeah, Timo kind of going for the demo, gets Tampuri off the back line, and there's an open net, and it was very well finished, so we have a lead here.
And Dutchies eSports will have to come from behind for the first time in this series if they are to open up that 2-0 series lead overall. They're straight onto the attack here from the kickoff as Noxypoo sends it towards the net. Fluzrex will be the next player up to this one and does get a shot on target. Byrachi had to keep good position in there on the goal line to make the stop. Tampuri loops it in, it's headed towards the backboard. Fluzrex gets a touch on it, drops it down for Noxypoo. 2 players into the play there for Veteranos to get the block in. And now they will have an opportunity to send it all the way clear with 30 seconds to go.
That was a bit close, too close for comfort right there. A huge double commit on the goal line could have been the 1-1 in the series, but Timo with the chance to get a redirect then to end this game basically with 10 seconds going. Dutchies have temporarily on the wall, tries to pass it into the middle. Noxypoo's aware of that. Rex can't keep the ball up and this should hit the ground, and there we go. Veteranos stepped up in this game and the series is tied up.
The gameplay was a little bit questionable at times, but when you're in a close qualifier with so many matches, sometimes you just have to take the ugly wins and move on to the next one. And a 1-0 victory here for the Veteranos in this game. They did outshoot Dutchies pretty heavily in this till the second half of the game, and even then I wouldn't say they had too many quality opportunities on goal.
Yeah, but with those kind of games, you build up your mentality, right? Like, no team was clearly winning in that game, and you get a really good goal off a physical play, and you can build on that. And with that strong kind of mentality, it will help them.
Well, I've heard that we do have to go into a quick break ahead of the next match as our streamer is having a few difficulties at the moment, so we'll take a quick siesta. Don't go anywhere.